highest grossing movie of all time? What do you think? You think it's gonna make it?
I don't know, dude. I've been seeing a lot of people. I think it will be up there, but I've seen a lot of people online saying they haven't even seen it yet.
No.
And I've seen people saying they're not going to go see it. I think this franchise may have lost momentum.
13 years is and the thing is, all the other movies, like, you know, the Marvel stuff that came out in between. I mean, people would feel like they'd rather go see that than, you know, things of Avatar, because 13 years is a long time to wait, like we said. And the fact that you have to kind of play catch up, you have to play like overview or basically go over what you missed to kind of remember what happened. So for our listeners right now, if you have not seen Avatar, you're screwed up, messing up, effing up, whatever you want to call it. There's gonna be a lot of spoilers right now, so we got to get into this Avatar topic. Movie event, not just of the year, but for a generation. 13 years anticipated, waiting ever since 2009. So, my initial thoughts, I really liked it. The CGI was a huge improvement from the first one. Yep. Let's just start there. Like the way that they were able to bring the CGI and have like a more aesthetic, as far as like visuals, as far as like audio, as far as like cinematography all together. Yep. It really brought the story piece by piece and kind of like moved the plot along the way it should have been, just like they did in the first movie. And as far as like the storytelling, I know there was a lot going on because it was like 3 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, I know there was a lot, but here's the thing. It brought more to the plot, and it allowed the storyline to flow a little bit more easily. That way you could understand everything that had to happen the way it did. Yep. And I feel like this is going to be another connector to the next one as far as like the sequels go.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I liked the first one a little better. I think for me, like you said, the CGI was beautiful. Everything was beautiful. Very long movie. Some people didn't like the storyline because I think it was like either like some people compared it to like an African or a Native American tribe getting taken over by what do they call it? Communist? No, colonizers. Colonizers. Yeah, colonizers. But I like getting past all that. I still was able to enjoy it. I thought some of those decisions that the kids were making were stupid, but looking at it, like they're kids do dumb things. Overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. It's just for the anticipation of 13 years. I think I expected a little more. Mm-hmm. But overall, I still enjoyed the movie. People some people reviewing it, they didn't like it, they complaining about it. But I think for us, we're not overly critical of things. We can always find the beauty in things or find a way to enjoy something. But I enjoyed it overall.
What did you think of the final battle scene like towards the end?
It was epic. I was actually sad. Spoiler alert! That the oldest son passed. Like he died. I was like, you knew it was coming, but I knew like,
someone had to die.
I was like, damn him! Like he was the golden child, and like their family dynamic was kind of literally like mine growing up. I was the oldest child. I was always looked at as a golden child. And I felt like I watched myself die. You know what I mean? But just seeing that, like, the younger brothers telling him, like, you're not my real brother. I mean, he was going to save the creature. I forgot what it was called. And he was like, that's my brother. He's like, no, I'm your brother. And that's really the last conversation they really had until he died. So that was pretty sad for me. Overall battle, it was crazy. I knew that the human was going to save his father. Which I kind of wish we would have left him down there. But they had a weird bond. He didn't want nothing bad to happen to him, and then vice versa. So,
I don't think he could just like let him watch him die like that. I mean, that's honestly, I mean, that would have put an end to him, and he wouldn't have been able to cause the families or the tribes any harm after that, and kind of like stop him right there. But like you said, they had a bond, so he probably can. He wouldn't. It just he couldn't find it in his heart to leave him down there,
which is understandable. I feel like a lot of people in this position probably would have the same.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana's character was kind of I feel like she took a step back, as in she was obviously a main character.
Yeah.
But like it didn't like she wasn't in like a super huge role like she was in the previous film. They focused more on the kids, I guess.
Kids. I feel like they focus more on the kids because they're probably going to have more of a role to play in the sequels that are upcoming. Yeah. And the thing is, we're not going to have to wait as long for the sequels now that a lot of the filming has pretty much made post-production for the ones that are going to come in the years to follow. So we won't have to wait as long. So I feel like those characters, they're going to have like a bigger role. Jake Sully's character is not going to have, he's still going to be in the story. He's going to be, pretty much the main character, but his role is probably going to scale back a little bit as the sequels come out.
Yep, I think so too. And the meeting up with the Water Tribe gives it another like avenue, gives it something else they can go because they stay in the forest. It would have been kind of too similar to the last movie, so I like that they moved somewhere else. I didn't like some of the water characters, water people, like the kids are just assholes. But it's kind of like in real life, like you got people coming from they look different than you, they act different than you, they talk different than you. Like, obviously, kids don't understand, how things work, so obviously they're gonna make fun of what they don't understand. Mm-hmm. But as far as characters, I like all the characters had pretty good development. The story was told for the amount of time they took to tell it. It was told pretty well, and like I said, it just looked beautiful. It looked amazing. It better had looked amazing. It took that long to make.
A lot of reshoots, a lot that went into cinematography. Things that kind of like caught my interest is the story between the younger son and the whale that was like an outcast. The bond that they fortified together, like the bond that the daughter that I guess I can't even. Sigourney Weaver's character, the daughter that she left behind. I believe that the reason why that she technically didn't have a father, the girl that the daughter or whatever, she probably doesn't have a father because it was immaculate conception when Sigourney Weaver character they tried to revive her in the first one. How they basically offered her to the mother tree. The mother tree probably gave her the baby. That's probably how she was created.
Do you think she's like a reincarnation, or do you think
that's
she's
probably what it is? She's probably that's why she has such a deep connection to nature. Because you see, like in the movie, how she's like able to communicate with nature. She's just like free flowing. Like her spirit and her energy is probably like coming from the mother tree, so that's why she has that connection.
Yeah, and like, even when you watched her when they moved to the water, the water area, it was everything came naturally to her. The fish, swimming, all that stuff. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I didn't even think about that, but I do like the relationship between the middle child and the whale. I like yeah, I just like we said before. I think they really focused on the kids. Like I'm trying to think of like Zoe Saldana's character or the father. Like they really were just there for the war part, the fighting part. They didn't really The story could have still worked literally without the parents being there. Almost. The plot wasn't driven by the parents. The plot was really driven by the children and the family.
I found it kind of interesting how Jake Sully kind of put like a military kind of mindset for his children, kind of like military roles, military customs, courtesies, kind of like a battle-minded person for his kids. Because the thing is the scenario that they were in, living out there in the woods, and the threat of I forgot what they call them, the humans that were, what do they call them? I forgot what they call, well, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
The threats, the threat of them coming back to the planet, they always had to be ready and they always had to be prepared. So that's why he had his children with that, that military mindset in order to help them, to keep them protected.
Yeah, he basically raised them like Marines.
Yep, he sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot what they called was it the sky something?
Yeah, something weird. And the movie was so long. I was not gonna, usually for movies that I know we're gonna talk about, I usually see twice. I wasn't listening to that movie again.
There's I couldn't do it. It was. I know each part played an important role in the film, but there's no way I could do it a second time. Like just sitting through the theaters. Because the thing is this: I went and saw it in IMAX, and I saw it in 3D. And those 3D glasses, that bullshit that they have on top of your head. Mm-hmm. It was like pressing into my skull. I was like, bro, this is a little too much.
Yeah, that's why I can't do 3D. It makes me dizzy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it was a long movie. A lot of details that we're probably missing out on.
Yeah.
But look, our listeners, they know, like, we're not like movie critics. So we need to tell y'all if we enjoyed the movie, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. I like I said, I thought it was a good movie. I was expecting more for it being 13 years in the making, but this movie, Avatar franchise in general, has a special place in my heart just because it's the last time that my grandfather took all of us to the movie theater, all of his grandchildren to the movie theater to see a movie. That was the last time he did that. So I was 16 at the time. So that's the last thing that happened. For those of you who don't know, my grandfather passed in 2021. So it's going on 2 years since he's passed. So this franchise will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the next one brings. Like we were talking about, I expect that the children to have like a bigger, like an even more stronger role in the next sequel and the sequel after that. Because I think there's going to be 3 more sequels. I want to say
3 more.
I feel like when I was looking at like a movie listing, I know there's definitely going to be 2. There's definitely be 2, but I feel like I saw like a list where there's going to be definitely a 3rd one after that. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can build upon it. Like I said, I think I like the first one a little more. But hopefully they can, because I feel like it was so much they had to do in this movie. So in the next few movies, I don't, like you said, it won't take as long to make them.
Yeah, they already did most of the shooting, and a lot of the shooting's already in post production. So
yeah, we shall see, man. I enjoyed it. It's too, like I said, I usually have to see. I'll watch a movie 2 or 3 times, so when we talk about it, I can offer great detail. But this is not going to happen for this movie. I saw the movie late. I was tired.
3 hours and 30 minutes. 3 hours and 30 minutes.
We were the last. We and my wife went to the last possible showing you could on that Thursday night. It was late. We got home like midnight.
I didn't go as late as I thought I would. I did have to drive a little bit, but I got home like 11 something, which wasn't too bad. I mean, but it was still like a drive. I think it was like the shitty thing is like it was like raining at the time, so I had to be careful, super careful getting there.
Yeah. But
highest grossing movie of all time? What do you think? You think it's gonna make it?
I don't know, dude. I've been seeing a lot of people. I think it will be up there, but I've seen a lot of people online saying they haven't even seen it yet.
No.
And I've seen people saying they're not going to go see it. I think this franchise may have lost momentum.
13 years is and the thing is, all the other movies, like the Marvel stuff that came out in between. I mean, people would feel like they'd rather go see that than things of Avatar, because 13 years is a long time to wait, like we said, and the fact that you have to kind of play catch up, you have to play like overview or basically go over what you missed to kind of remember what happened.
Yeah, like I had trouble remembering a lot of the first movie when I was watching this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like you said, 13 years, they lost a ton of momentum. If this movie would have came out probably before, if this, you could even say this movie came out in 2016 because when the original was 2009.
Hold up. Let me. Here's even better. Yeah, the original came out in 2009. When this movie came out, I think only 3 Marvel movies spanning since Iron Man had came out. Maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, Iron Man,
1, Hulk.
Incredible Hulk, and I think there's those 2 because the next Iron Man movie came out in 2010.
Bro, that's crazy because
Yeah.
everything to all those movies, Infinity War, Endgame, and the first Avengers, Age of Ultron, and then all the shows to come out to this point, all that stuff, and then just a second Avatar movie.
Yeah,
in response.
I think so. 2009. If this movie would have came out around the same time as the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, I think it would have been fine. But it waited too long. Even if it came out in maybe 6 years later, 2015, 2016, I think it would have been. But you got to think a whole generation of people that enjoyed the first movie had passed away. 13 years is a long time, and then you got kids that grew up in that time frame that didn't see the movie when they were kids, and now why would they care for it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of kids weren't even born.
Yeah, it's not like it's some huge franchise like Star Wars or Marvel where you grow up watching, or it has a reputation already, even the Harry Potters, the stuff like that. It had one movie.
But here's the thing about this too: it's been re-released so many times in theaters, over the decade, even from 2010 to 2020. It's been re-released so many times in theaters. Even recently, it was put back in the theaters, and the fact that Disney now has Fox, and Fox is part of Avatar belongs to Fox, so they're doing different things with it. So it's just a whole interesting thing.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I just think it lost momentum. Do I think? I don't think it'll outsell the first one personally. I don't think it will. It might. I could be completely wrong.
Man, the first one came out of nowhere, and the thing is, I don't think anyone was anticipating the fact that Avatar was going to be the highest grossing of all time, because it had nothing to go off of. It had, it was just a movie that James Cameron had created, but with James Cameron's reputation, I mean, goes with being unsaid, he's created some of the greatest films ever,
and he doesn't make a lot of films.
No, but when he does. He changes the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Change that culture.
Yep. But like you said, I just think it lost too much momentum. I think it would sell well. I think it will, but I don't think it's going to be a highest selling movie ever. We got to see, what is it at right now? What is it?
I think the last time I checked, it was like 130 something, but that was to end the weekend. 130 something million.
Let's see. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Other things I noticed about the movie, the fight scenes, like we were talking before, they were pretty good. But I feel like there was as many. So as far as the fight scenes between the main villain, I forgot the dude's name, the colonel and Jake Sully's character, I feel like it was a little bit more level now that the colonel is an alien.
Yeah,
I forget the tribe of the name of the tribe of the alien, but he was one of those. I feel like a little bit more equal now. His memories were in that alien body, so he was able to navigate and able to fight Jake Sully's character, on even footing. So that made it interesting.
Yeah, yeah, but his wife she's a beast. She's a beast.
She's a warrior.
Yeah.
She's a warrior.
I felt so bad when the son died, bro. I'm gonna shed a tear.
True.
Yeah, I wonder what the next one's gonna be like. I don't think it should be as long. I think they should the next one should be very focused. This one, like you said earlier, it's all over the damn place. It's a lot. It was a lot happening. And it's like I said, it's too long to go back and rewatch. I'm like, I'm not. You go see the movie twice. That's a whole work day.
Yeah, and so there were certain times where how like there's two in certain movies. There's two plots going on at the same time. There's like a main plot, subplot. Well, the one plot that was taken forever to kind of like get through was when they were building up the story between the middle son and the whale. I was like, man, this is taking a long time to kind of like tell this story.
Quite a bit.
So much so that they took away from the colonel and basically what was going on there. That they had to kind of like, all right, let's come back to what's going on there. That way we can get back to focusing on the main part of the story.
Yeah, they could definitely do less. They could have definitely focused on other stuff, but. Yeah, that was a weird plot. When you sit there and really think about it, like that was, what are the odds of that thing being saving his life? Like, why? First of all, why those kids even take him out there? He could have died. Like, I was just mad at the water kids. I was like, dude, something wrong with y'all, bro.
Kids are assholes.
Yeah, that was stupid to even take him out there in the first place.
And they knew he was water wasn't his natural habitat, and they knew that from the jump. That's kind of messed up to begin with.
Yeah, and he still took the blame.
Yeah,
which is crazy. But yeah, that was a weird little plot line. I feel like they could have got that done a lot quicker and it got the same impact. Yeah, people always want long movies for movies they enjoy, but sometimes movies can be too long. Like, I don't even know. Obviously, I would, if Avengers Secret Wars is 3 hours and 30 minutes, yeah, I would sit there because there's going to be a lot of story you got to tell, a lot of characters. But like, if the first Avengers movie was 3 hours and 30 minutes, I feel like it has been just too much.
They've been like, we can't do this. We can't do this every time.
Yeah.
But like you said, Avengers movies, they prepared us for long movies. Like Avengers, especially Infinity War and Endgame, they prepared us for like just go ahead, take your seat, and you're gonna be here for a while to watch this movie. Star Wars did that for us too. Like a lot of the movies.
But they built a reputation. Yeah. Avatar is going based off one movie. Like, great movie.
With a superstar director.
Yeah, great movie, great director, great story, but yeah, it's just, like I said, overdue.
But like we said before, Avatar was the first of its kind because it was the first to give you that cinematography with the CGI that it had. Like, no one had seen it like that, done like that before. Like, just the detail and just the way that artistically, like, no one had ever seen that.
It's kind of like Pixar. What Pixar did with was it Toy Story?
Toy Story, yeah.
It's like, wow, this looks great. Even now, when did Toy Story come out? 90 what?
96.
Yeah, so
96.
Yeah, 1995.
Was it?
In 95, yeah.
Damn. Was it 95?
Yeah, that's what it's saying. But trying to find when. Yeah, 95. But yeah, it's still today. The movie looks great. So yeah.
The thing is this, it took a while for them to make Toy Story because the technology had just been, been introduced. But then after the years, after the years progressed, they learned how to use the technology a little bit better, use the animation a little bit better. Yeah. So now, man, they can produce those movies so fast.
Yeah, it came out at the end of 95 too, so November 22nd. So that's probably why it seemed like 96.
96.
End of the year, yeah. But because I thought it was 96 too, but it's weird. But yeah, I was going on 3 years old when this movie came out. Jesus.
Yeah, I remember having a Buzz Lightyear action figure.
Me too. And me and my daughter just watched all the Toy Stories. One night she couldn't sleep, bro. We watched Toy Story, the first one. We watched Toy Story 1 through 3. Bro, I'm telling you, she was the one not go to sleep. I keep passing out on the couch. I wake up, she's still watching. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, my overall thing for Avatar, because we do gotta get to these at least one comic book topic. But overall thoughts on Avatar, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it looked great. It was a little long, and I feel like it was a little overdue. I feel like I was expecting more for how long it took to make the movie.
Yeah, I wish there was more I could say about it. But like I said, I'm not a movie critic, and it has been like about a week since I've seen the movie, so it was a lot to take in at first. All I can remember is them swimming in the ocean, them do a lot of fights and a lot of battles, a lot of military strategy, aliens. That's all that comes to mind. But overall, the movie was really good.
Yeah, agreed.